does sound good. So yeah, we're now in the national speed limits. Now I'm going to put my foot down and enjoy it. Yes guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing a review of not just any car but my car, that is the Mercedes A250 4MATIC AMG Line. So yeah, let's get into it. So before we get into the video guys, I just want to ask you guys kindly to please subscribe to the channel and give it a like if you've liked what I've put up so far, because obviously the more subscribers and the more likes we get, the bigger the channel can grow. And obviously, like I said in my previous video, I'll leave a little notification there if you haven't watched it. There's a lot more to come, not just on this car, but to be honest, not much left on this car, but in terms of new car coming in the next couple of months, it's very important that we get those subscribers up and the likes up, so that way I can be more motivated to make content. But yeah, let's get into the car. This is a Mercedes 2016, it's a 66 plate Mercedes A250. It's the 4MATIC version, which means it is four-wheel drive, so when you are pushing it in the wet, you're not going to have any issues, etc. Going around the front of the car, you can see the AMG Line spec means it comes with these nice LED headlights, which obviously dim. So when you're driving at night and somebody comes towards you, it dims the lights, and as soon as that person goes past, and obviously it puts it back on full beam if you set that up. Down here you can see we've got this nice diamond grille which Dub Customs have wrapped for me. So the strip over here, this bit just here, that before was in chrome, and obviously I did the whole D-chrome again. Notification there for you to watch that video. And the lip down here as well was done, oops, can't see because of my shadow, but the black bit down the bottom there was silver to match the car, and that was wrapped by Dub Customs as well. As you can see along the front as well, we have got some front parking sensors, which you can see, very useful, because the car has got Park Pilot, which means if you get into a tight spot you can press a button and it will park the car for you. Again, pop notification for you to watch that video. Also down here you can see along the side of the car we've done the side skirt, so it's not exactly a side skirt, but yeah, the area off the side skirt was silver as well to match the paintwork, and that was done by Dub Customs. I've also got my little plug there, Instagram, and Dub gave me a little sticker, so thumbs up for that. It's running on some nice 18-inch alloys. If I had the option, if I obviously bought this car brand new, I would expect to get the night pack, which obviously has been done by Dub, hence why you can see the black seals have been done. They were chrome before, which was horrible, and again that will be all in that video. But yeah, alloys wise, it's 18s, they are diamond cut. Walking around the back of the car, you can see we've got this nice big wing, which was obviously fitted by Dub. That is an official A45 wing taken off a car that had front end damage, sprayed by Dub. The back bit, obviously, because this comes in two parts normally. You can buy fake ones of these, but then you have to drill into the boot, which is a bit dangerous because water leakage, etc. But this and that came together. It was white, this was sprayed silver to match the car, and then that was just stuck on. And again, this will be coming off when the car is being sold, because I want to sell the car as stock, because I've noticed if you sell a car once you've done all of these mods to it, it doesn't really add to the price. It just, yeah, it doesn't do much to the price at all. So yeah, that's going to be coming off along with other parts that will be sold in the future. It has been debadged, hence why you can see there's no A250 4MATIC badges there. I've changed that quite recently from a chrome to a black. You might be thinking, why did I change it even though I'm selling the car? But it was already bought, it's just sitting around waiting for me to do, so I got that done. I was planning to change the diffuser down the bottom, the little diffuser there. I was planning to change that into a A45 style one, but obviously with me selling the car, plans have changed. Again, on the side here as well, there were little flicks that I was going to fit, but again decided not to, because obviously we're moving the car on. Opening the door here, you can see we've got this nice flat bottom steering wheel here. It's a bit messy in there, excuse the mess, but yeah, flat bottom steering wheel in there. Nice little bit, I don't know whether this is Alcantara, but we've got this nice material here on the inside, which is very smooth. We've got folding mirrors, so one press of that button and it folds in mirrors in. You've got the lock to stop the back windows from opening if you've got little kids in there, etc. Front and rear electric windows. It doesn't have the Harman Kardon sound system, so it's just the stock audio, but for me it sounds good. And obviously, if you can see in here as well, I have got Apple Carplay So that's a good, useful feature. I think it came from cars 2016 and upwards. And if you haven't got it, as far as your car is made in 2016, you buy a little dongle, you plug it into the OBD port, and you have Apple CarPlay. But again, make sure in your armrest you've got two little USB ports, and then everything works. But yeah, that is the car in general. Now let's do the main thing and go out for a drive, because it's absolutely baking. Can you see that sun? Yeah, it's baking. Let's go. Okay, so for the sake of the video, let's put it in individual. You might hear a lot more of the exhaust today as opposed to normal, simply because I've taken the parcel shelf out, which is going to kind of let more exhaust sound into the car. Exhaust sound. But yeah, as I stated, this is the 2016 Mercedes A-Class. It's the A250 variant engine, which is a petrol. It's a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine, putting out 215 brake horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. It is also the 4MATIC, which means it's got 4-wheel drive, as I stated. So when it's raining or any conditions where the tyres might be slipping a bit more, it gives you a lot more grip and allows you to corner a bit better. The A-Class comes in several different variants. So you've got your basic spec, which is the SE. That doesn't come with many. Tunnel, sorry. Turn it, wind it up a bit. See if we can get into first. Oh, that one was kind of a flop. Sometimes when you push the car, the gearbox kind of, and it's something we'll get onto about the gearbox, sometimes it doesn't get it right. It doesn't always get it right, but again, we'll get into that. But yeah, SE Sport AMG line, and that is just below the A45, or that's just below the actual AMG. But let's just get something straight, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's not an AMG, take the badges off, take the spoiler off, it's against the law, you're going to hell. It's your car. Do with it what the hell you want. It's like someone saying, oh, because you don't play for Arsenal, you can't wear an Arsenal shirt. Take it off. Like, oh, because you don't, I don't know, it's your car, do what you want, style it however you want. So yeah, it's an AMG line, which means it might look like an AMG aesthetically, but in terms of engine, it's nothing in comparison. I'm just throwing that out there. So you could get a diesel with an AMG line kit, which means it might look like the A45 AMG, but by no means is it anything compared to that animal. Let's just be very, very clear there. So as I was saying, yeah, those are the specs, and this is the AMG line, which means it's the top spec you could get. However, you could still get a few things added to it, such as memory seats, which mine doesn't have. But again, I'm the only one that drives this car, so I don't really need setting 1, setting 2, setting 3. You could have the night pack added to it, which means you get everything that I've done to the car, apart from the alloys, however. So you get black mirrors, you get the window dechrome, you also get I think 19-inch alloy rims. Don't quote me, they might be 18, but they're black with the white outline. I'll leave a little image there for you. But yeah, that's how spec goes. Those of you that will know that I've done a little mod to the exhaust. I'll leave a little notification there. I'm not going to talk too much about that in this video, because again, it's just a review, and with this being the 2-litre turbo engine, it does sound good. So yeah, we're now in the national speed limits. Now I'm going to put my foot down and enjoy it. So yeah, that was the 70, and as you could hear, it sounds good in my opinion. It's a 4-pot, so it's a 4-cylinder, so it doesn't sound amazing, but yeah, that's how it sounds. Those of you that are thinking, right, he's really pushing it, it's because this is my car. If I test drove, and whenever I test drive other people's cars, and also if you want me to do that, leave a little message, get at me at Instagram, little notification there, or just give me a message on YouTube, or comment if you want me to review your car, you want your car to be featured on the channel, just give me a little message. But this is my car, so I know how it handles, I know the ins and outs, and this is a road that I drive quite I hate that word. Quite often I drive this road, so I kind of know the bends and the bumps and etc. And again, like I said, it's my car, so I know I can take the mick to a level. But yeah, you're not gonna get any mad reactions out of me. Maybe if something scares me, like, I don't know, bin collectors, or God forbid a deer jumps out. But other than that, this is my car, and I know how to push it. and I know what I can do. So the A-Class, who's it for? I'd say it's a small family car. I sit at 5'11", and I still have space behind me to sit in, so someone 5'11" could sit in. 6 foot 6'3" and above, you might find it a bit of a squeeze, and again, the headroom isn't the best. I spoke about this in another video when I had the A180D, the new shape, facelift shape, and that has a lot more headroom in the back. However, again, it's preference. So it's if you're very, very tall, if you've got tall family, then obviously maybe a CLA or maybe even a G class, because you want to get a bit more headroom, etc. But the A class, family of 5 sorted, family of 4, family of 3 sorted. It's entirely up to you. And again, it does the job. Like, depending on the engine you get as well, it's for me, it's a beautiful car. Aesthetically, it looks nice. It doesn't look out of date. It doesn't look out of place when you park it in the city or alongside some other newer cars. It holds its own. If we're going to talk about the engine, the A250 is a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine. The best I've got is, I think, 39 or 40 miles per gallon. And again, this was when I was driving up to Bradford to see some family. And one thing you'll notice in that video is it was very steady. So it wasn't like one time it was 39, then it was 40, it was bang on 39 for quite a bit. It didn't fluctuate, and again, that was cruising at 70 miles an hour. All right. So as I was saying, MPG wise, it does the job. But again, you don't buy a turbocharged petrol engine for MPG, you buy it to have some fun. These narrow roads though, you've got to really take it easy. You never know what's around the corner. In terms of driving modes, what do you have? You've got comfort, you've got sport, you've got individual, and you've got eco. Comfort, steering wheel is very light. It changes the map on the car. So on the A250, it changes the map, so you won't get any crackles and farts when you upshift or when you're downshifting. Also, when it's in sport, steering wheel gets stiffer. Gearbox goes automatic, takes it all the way up to the red line, gives you all the pops and the bangs. Individual, you set it as you want. So for me, I've set individual as manual, so the car will change if I hit the red line. But other than that, for instance, now, which I love, can flip through the gears. Second, couple crackles there. First, and change. So gearbox wise, it is good. And again, when you pair it with those modes, the individual really works a treat if you want to get those nice sounds. Eco modes, so it does something called coasting, which I'm sure a lot of cars have nowadays, which means if you put it in eco and you're cruising on the motorway, if you take your foot off, and it's not in cruise control obviously, it will just put the car in a neutral state and it'll just let the car roll. So if you're going downhill, it works. It will bring the MPG up again. It's kind of false, but to a degree it does work because it reduces the throttle response. If you plant your foot down, you're not going to get that instant power. It's not going to redline it. It's not going to give you all that power. So in terms of the interior, I'm happy with it. So it's got this nice dash in the middle here, which obviously is paired with Apple Carplay, which I use all the time with Waze, because you drive slow and you need the speed cameras just to make sure you don't get any tickets for driving slow. But yeah, the interior is a nice place. Dials, steering wheel, for me, everything's perfect in here. I wouldn't change anything. Obviously, if you could go for a virtual cockpit, then you would, but they didn't do that. They have done it now in the newer A classes. They have all of that stuff now. So we're going to talk quickly about efficiency. So if I scroll through my dial here, from start, I've done 23 miles today, which is obviously getting here and doing the drive around, etc. And I'm sitting at 21.7 mpg, 21.8 mpg, bearing in mind that I floored it on the way here, obviously to 70, nothing over 70, never. But yeah, 21.8, and like I said, I'll leave a little notification there. When you do decide to drive this car properly, 70 miles an hour properly, but decide to try and save fuel, you can see high 30s easily high 30s. And again, I'll leave a little notification there for you to watch that. I think in terms of comfort, with me having a bad back, this car is ideal. The seats hug you in, not as good as the M140 seats, but for me, this car is very comfortable. You can have the magnetic ride, which kind of softens the suspension and works. It's like adaptive suspension, but for me, this does the job. Bearing in mind it's on 18s, it's the sport, so it's going to have the sport suspension. It's very comfortable. I've done loads of miles in this car, loads of journeys, and I've not ever come out the car saying my back. So in terms of build quality, there's no rattling around. We've not had any issues, no anything breaking away, nothing falling away. But again, it's German. Build quality of German cars tends to be a lot stronger and a lot better than, say, French cars. I don't want to offend anybody, so I'm not going to talk about anything. I'll just call it French cars. So in terms of brakes, the brakes are good. So from stock, they are good. One thing I'll notice is if you are thrashing it around, the brakes do tend to suffer from brake fade, which means when you do go to brake, it will slow the car down, but not at a normal rate, because obviously it's not used to being raced or being ragged. So yeah, bear that in mind. You might have to upgrade your brakes depending on how you drive, but as an everyday driver, and if you thrash it occasionally, the brakes are more than good enough. So yep, we're stuck in a bit of traffic here. Not really traffic, but they've got temporary traffic lights here. They're building some wonderful houses here. Very, very nice houses. So if you are interested, get in touch with me and I'll obviously sort you out a discount because I own all of these houses. Steering wise, steering wheel is very chunky. It's not the biggest steering wheel. It would be better if it had some Alcantara bits here in case you get sweaty hands, but overall, the steering wheel looks really, really nice. You've got the flat bottom bit there. You've got your red stitching as well, and the flappy paddles, with it being an automatic, meaning that you can obviously control your gears more efficiently when you want to thrash the car. With this being a 4MATIC, I would say that this car definitely feels safe, definitely feels planted. But then again, this is the downfall. So I've driven an M140i. Jesus. Woo! What was that? I'll leave a little notification there for you to watch that. And in that video, I could just put my foot down and go. However, I had to be more involved in the drive, which means I couldn't just sit back, one hand here, and put my foot down. If I had to put it in Sport Plus, for instance, you can't just floor it and expect to just get away with it, because that car will kill you if you push it too hard and not know what you're doing. But with this being the 4MATIC, the four-wheel drive, it kind of takes the fun out of driving. So I wouldn't say anyone can just get in and drive it, but technically you don't need a lot of skill to put your foot down. You obviously need to know bumps, how the car's going to respond to it. But this car, and again, praise be to God, has never tried to kill me. I've driven it very hard, not tracked it or anything like that, but it's not tried to kill me, and that is simply because the 4MATIC in the car simply just wants to give me more and more grip. And again, 4MATIC does make it a bit heavier, but with a 0 to 60 of 6 seconds flat, it's definitely fast enough. For me, there's a lot of strengths with this car. It's fun, it's efficient when you want it to be. It's not a head turner, but again, with the exhaust mod that I've done, it does turn heads every now and then. Weaknesses, what can I say for weaknesses? Rear space, I'd say the head space just needs to be sorted out. I did a video like things that I hate about the car. It's not really a hate is a strong word. I always try and tell children not to use the word hate, because hate is bad. Like, hate means that you wish it was dead. Like, that's too strong. Like, things I dislike about the car, I'd probably say would be headspace, like we touched on. Another USB port, more in a friendly position, so not so much everything in the armrest, because if somebody's charging their phone, like I've spoke about before, not you, the passenger obviously, and they might want to be using it, that means your armrest has got to stay up, because once you push the armrest down, so once that goes down and the cable's there, it's crushing the cable, then you run into issues such as having the little glitch effect on the screen. Sometimes your Apple Carplay might not work, which is what I struggled with occasionally, so that went to Mercedes a few times. But other than that, the car's very strong going forward. There's less bad, there's more good, and that's always a good thing when you're going to invest your money in it. So the question is, would you buy this car, or would I buy this car? Yes. So bearing in mind that I came from a 2-litre turbo diesel, which was my Audi A3 that I absolutely loved, and I had a lot of fun in that car. After you, kind sir. Oh, you're going to have a chinwag, are you? Okay, carry on. Cheerio. 30 miles an hour. It definitely puts a smile on your face. And what an amazing and wonderful and splendid and beautiful and amazing. I've already used amazing. What a great way to end the video, with a nice little blast. But yes, guys, that is the video. As always, please subscribe. There's going to be very, very, very important changes coming soon to the channel, so make sure you subscribe to see that. Also follow me on Instagram, TMDW_HD, to get more updates and to see what I get up to on a daily basis if you're interested in that. But yeah, have a great day. God bless.